The gap between wages growth and inflation is getting wider in Australia. Annual wage growth in the year to June is expected to be 2.7%. Joining me now, our business reporter, Edward Boyd. Ed, 2.7% sounds pretty good in the circumstances, but in reality, it's less than half the rate of inflation.
Inflation in the year to June 30, remember, it was at 6.1%. And yesterday, the ABS released a new inflation indicator. And in that indicator, they suggested inflation could actually have been closer to 7% in the year to June. We're going to get the wage growth numbers later this morning from the Bureau of Statistics. The expectation is wages will grow 2.7%, which sounds great, but it is less than half the annual rate of inflation. And I just looked at the forecast from the Reserve Bank where they're expecting wages to go. Wages growth are expected to continue gradually rising from now until December 2024. And by then, wage growth will be at roughly 3.9% according to the RBA, and inflation will be back down at 3%. So it's going to take until 2024 for this gap to close and for wage growth to start outstripping inflation. So until then, in real terms, wages for Australians are unfortunately going to be going backwards for the next couple of years, Laura. It's pretty good news.
Okay, Ed, economists believe today's wage growth figure and the jobs numbers tomorrow will force the RBA to lift our rates another 50 basis points next month. More good news for us, Ed.
Great news for us again. So we get unemployment numbers for July tomorrow. The expectation is roughly 25,000 jobs will be created in July, but the unemployment rate, it's at pretty much 50-year lows. It's at 3.5%. Economists don't see it going any lower for another few months. They expect it to get to 3.4% by the end of this year. The Reserve Bank's expecting to see a rate at 3.5% tomorrow, and they're expecting wages to come in at around this 2.7 figure. And if they see that, rates are unfortunately going to be going up. So the cash rate's at 1.85 at the moment. If it goes up 50 basis points, it'll be at 2.35%. And then there may be a couple more smaller rate rises towards the end of this year. And we'll see the cash rate around that 2.8 to 3% figure by December. So more rate hikes for Australians coming.
Okay, well, we can't say we weren't warned, Ed. Thanks so much.